Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we are discussing a 7.5 million series Rolex Oyster Perpetual Day-Date. This is the 18039 in white gold, circa 1983 to 1984. This is very much from the Gordon Gekko era, but it is emphatically not the kind of Rolex you would imagine him wearing, as the combination of white gold, rare at the time, with a Lapis Lazuli dial tailors this more to the horological connoisseur than the conspicuous consumer. This thing is for the purist. 36 millimeters in diameter, it's 12.5 millimeters thick, it's 43.8 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip. If we include the end links of the President bracelet, the watch is 47.7 millimeters across the wrist and has a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. We'll zoom out a little bit. We'll put it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference. This watch is almost exactly as old as I am. I was born in 1984. This timepiece wears beautifully on a 16 centimeter circumference wrist, but it is a power watch for both him and for her, which means a unisex option. Anyone can wear this watch, and I'd recommend it for a wrist as small as 13 centimeters circumference. With a sloped case flank, it will slide underneath the cuff. Taking a quick look at the hardware, we have a President bracelet. The watch, since its debut in the mid-50s, has often been nicknamed the Rolex President or Presidential, but the bracelet that debuted with it is properly known as the Rolex President. It has short link cross sections, just like a Jubilee, but it has a 3-link profile, just like an Oyster, and it's a little bit more solid and secure. As you can see, because this was a super premium model at the time, it was an early example of solid end links and solid center links on a Rolex bracelet. We can also see that removable links are fixed in place by screws, and that on both sides. And we have the famous crown clasp, likewise in white gold. It demonstrates the partition point between the two sides of the bracelet. Otherwise, it's very stealthy. You would not know where they part. Taking a quick look at the case, you can see that the lugs remain quite sharp. A lot of times when these have been excessively worn or refinished, you lose that sharp break between the lug hood and the case profile. And you can see that not only are the lugs full and symmetrical from side to side and end to end, but that break between polish and satin remains quite pronounced. Screw down crown. In its day, this would have been a 100-meter watch. Again, because of its age, I wouldn't push those limits, but it does have a screw-down twin-lock crown. You know that because it has 2 dots. That is a twin-lock in gold. We have a bezel that remains remarkably sharp and well-defined, as the facets of the white gold bezel have not weathered too much with age. You can also appreciate that because this was a flagship at the time, here we have a Sapphire Crystal at a time when they were anything but universal in the Rolex collection as a whole. Lapis Lazuli dial, you can see that lovely combination of metallic specks and blue mineral, and has a wonderful, almost ultramarine gloss blue to it. We have white gold hands, crown, frame for the day and the date, as well as the indices on which the brilliant cut gems are set, and it is a chronometer. Underneath the screwed-in Oyster caseback, we have Rolex Transitional Caliber 3055. So it's an automatic winder with a 45 to 48 hour power reserve. It has hacking seconds, and this was the first generation of quickset Day-Date, but its quickset, I should mention, is a single quickset, as the double quickset wouldn't arrive until the late 1980s. So this was the first quickset Day-Date, but it quicksets only the date. Again, here's the stop seconds function. It is a COSC certified Swiss chronometer adjusted to several temperatures in 5 positions. It features a free sprung balance for shock tolerance with an overcoil hairspring to better keep excellent time in every position during the chronometer test as well as on the wrist. Things were a little bit different then, however, as this 27 jewel movement features a single-sided balance cock rather than the later double anchored balance bridge. So there are some changes here, but it does have a modern beat rate of 28,800 vibrations per hour. This watch is all about subtlety. In spite of the fact that it is the flagship model from Rolex and it includes diamonds, from an arm's length, this is a watch that doesn't jump off the wrist as a Rolex. It's not a rotating bezel sports watch. It's not bright yellow gold, rose gold, or two-tone. Somehow, in spite of diamonds, lapis, white gold, and the Rolex Day-Date nameplate, this one flies under the radar. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.